Today we're going to spend a little bit of time doing some rehabs. Hello, welcome. I'm Claudia. If you're new here, we are going to tackle 3 plants that need a little bit of extra TLC. I think 2 of them will be pretty easy and straightforward, and then another one I'm a little bit concerned of what we're going to find, but we're going to do it together, and with your support I know we can get through it. If you've been watching some of my recent videos, you might know that one of those plants is the Anthurium Pallidiflorum, and that's the one that I'm feeling most concerned about. There's definitely some root issue going on there, and then we are going to chop and restart, like just lots of propagations on my Hoya Polyneura outer variegated, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about why and all of that once we're working on that plant. And then finally, something I thought I would never do is I am chopping my Alocasia Pink Black Velvet, and I'll walk you through that situation as well. Because I'm trying to avoid the Pallidiflorum, like who knows what we're gonna find there, I think we're gonna do that one last, but let's get started. Let's go ahead and start with my Hoya Polyneura outer variegated. So if you can see, it just kind of looks a little floppy, a little droopy, even like a little faded. Honestly, I think it's getting too much light in the Millsbow tall. So when I do propagate it and restart it, I don't think it's gonna go back in there. I basically want to restart because I just can't keep up with watering. It's always thirsty. No matter, like I could probably water this every 3 or 4 days and it would still be droopy. And again, I think that probably also has to do with the fact that I have it in the Millsbow tall cabinet. It's just getting way more light than it actually wants. But yeah, so I figured I would just restart it and probably just have this live permanently in pond once I reroot it and everything. So yeah, but luckily I do have these nice it's split. So I have these 2 long vines that I'll be able to propagate and make a nice little bushy plant. So yeah, let's start here. I'll aim you down a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing, and yeah. I'm thinking I'm just going to do individual nodes on each. My experience with it is it's pretty easy to propagate and to root up, so yeah, if I can get a really nice bushy plant just by doing this, then great. Probably the top cut I'll do 2, just for funsies. 2 nodes, so here. And then the rest I'll just do 1. The same thing. This one has such beautiful color, but it does worry me that it's so white. Maybe I'll do this. I'm debating what I want to do with the rest of the plant. Like, should I also... Maybe I should just leave these as is and then see what, if anything, comes of it. And I, again, for sure not going back in the cabinet because I feel like we know it doesn't like it. I ended up with quite a bit of cuttings, and I'm just going to put them in these little cups with Fluval Stratum, and they should root up pretty quickly. I guess my question to myself is, how many cuttings do I want per cup? Am I looking to keep all of them or perhaps get rid of some? I don't know. I don't really know the answer to that. So sticky. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I pretended for a second that I might know my answer, because I don't. I think I'll just fill this up, because even if I ended up with one cute little full pot like this, I'd be really happy. So I think I'll do that. Dry bit I'm going to chop off. This was such a wish list plant for so long. It's nice to see that they're a lot more affordable now. Okay, I think that this is a plenty. She looks so cute though. And then I think I'm just gonna place this in the console right behind me. I have a couple of other Hoya in a similar setup, like rooting and stuff. So I think that that is what I'll do. But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So I'll add those in another one. This is what the second one looks like. So here we go. Yeah, I'll place them just in the console behind me and along with the mama, but we need to water her because, yeah, she's not looking great. So we'll leave her here, get more water, place her behind me. I'm just placing this in another little cup and I'm gonna water it through so that it soaks. This is my nutrient-rich cocktail, as I do. We'll see yeah, I'm just gonna leave it in here for, I don't know, like 30-ish minutes or so, or while I finish this video. And then, actually I shouldn't put it back in there because I might forget. And then I will just drain the excess. Up next, I can't believe I'm here and I have to chop this plant. I mean, technically I don't have to, but this was the newest? No, yeah, this was the newest. And this is the third all pink white leaf in a row. The one previous, you can see, had a little bit of green and I was feeling a little hopeful, but the one previous to this was all pink as well. And now it's flowering because it thinks it's dying, of course. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to chop it. I'm gonna remove the all white leaves and the bloom, and hopefully the top re-roots and I can get some green back. And then also hopefully the base grows multiple growth points and gives me some pretty variegation. This plant had been giving me like beautiful leaves. Like this is just one of the many gorgeous leaves that I got, and it's beautiful, perfect, like well balanced, and out of nowhere it just started self-sabotaging. So unfortunately we need to do what we need to do. I'm just pulling off some of these dry bits just to delay the inevitable, really. It doesn't matter, but I can't believe that this is where we are. Like, such a beautiful plant. I don't understand what happened. Okay, I do have 3 corms on the surface. They're so itty bitty, like here's one, there's another, and here's another. But they're so tiny, I don't know that I want to do anything with them. Is it just me, or did this leaf start like really going downhill, like just in the last few minutes? Honestly, this one too. It's probably like their color and the humidity dropped a lot. Okay, let's just get it over with. No sense in delaying the inevitable. So, if you can see my phone, don't mind that. I am also attempting to shoot a reel. I'm just chopping, like no particular rhyme or reason where or why. Oh my gosh, what happened? Here we go. Shoot. I don't think that was a very clean cut, but here it is. It's done. We're also going to go ahead and cut the 2 white and the bloom. So we'll cut this, this, and this. So I am curious if this is another bloom. They usually bloom in pairs, or if it might be a leaf, but I guess I'll just leave it for now. This is just a caterpillar. So we can get rid of that. Just cleaning this up a little bit. Yeah, it's a bloom, I think. I can tell down here. Just the shape of it. So we're gonna get rid of that too. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna place this in Fluval Stratum in another one of these cups, and hopefully this roots and starts to grow green. I mean, not all green, but starts giving me some beautiful variegation with also some green that can sustain the plants. By the way, if you saw my video trying to root Alocasia Michelitziana in pon, I think it's working. She looks good. I typically wouldn't add nutrients, but this is what I have on hand, so this is what we're gonna do. So here she is. She's going back into the cabinet. If you can tell, this leaf is yellowing, unfortunately. So if it does end up just retiring the leaf completely, I will put in a humidity dome so that it's at 100% humidity. And this is just going back in the cabinet as normal, and hopefully it shoots out a couple of new growth points and they have a very nicely balanced variegation with good green to sustain it. I think I'm gonna leave the corms in there because they're just tiny. Yeah, I don't know, I don't think that they're ready to be picked off. So yeah, all set, wish us luck. This brings us to the Pallidiflorum. I think I've just been in hardcore denial that it was going to bounce back. I mean, it might, but yeah, it does not look good. We have to look at these roots. Also, there's been no movement on that new growth. So yeah. Let's bring it out of here and see what's going on. But let me trim. Oh, those were inflows. It gave me 2 inflows, if you remember, when I was moving it into pon here. So yeah, those have obviously dried up and are done with. But let me aim you down a little so that we can see what's going on in here. I'm so bummed about this. Water looks clean. I'm smelling it to see if I smell rot. I do see some rot happening, but that's also normal when you first move plants into pon. Sorry, it's gonna get loud for a second. Ugh, it's all mush. Yeah. This is rotted. Okay. I don't even want to spend time, like, I don't know, investigating any further. I think I'm just gonna chop all the roots and then place this whole thing in Fluval Stratum to reroot again, hopefully. I don't love that this bit is yellow, but I have seen other plants just be yellow like this and they're fine, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm so sorry. I'm also gonna dip it in hydrogen peroxide just to make sure that it gets rid of any bacteria or fungal situation that was going on with those roots. So even though these roots are clearly rotted, this isn't like your traditional case of root rot. These are roots that were rotting off, and basically the plant is shutting off so that it would then grow water roots in the semi-hydro. But clearly this was like all of them at once, which is why the plant wasn't intaking any water or nutrients. So for now, I'm not going to remove any of the leaves or anything. Well, I'll remove this one that's on its way out. And I'm just gonna stick this whole thing and try to reroot, and then we'll see how many of those leaves I can end up saving. Okay, let's go get the hydrogen peroxide. This is about half water, half hydrogen peroxide. Every time I post this, I feel like I get several people that say that the water or like the hydrogen peroxide no longer works when it's mixed with water, like I don't know, something to the effect. I really don't know all the science, but this is what I've always done, and this has worked for me. Like, I've had zero issues. Like, it doesn't hurt the plant. I do end up with like a healthy plant after, so this is what I'm gonna do. And sometimes I just do like straight hydrogen peroxide, but it just, for saving and being efficient, I sometimes dilute half and half. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but like the bubbling starts happening, and that basically means that it's working. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna clean up a bit, and then I'll meet you right back so that we can set her up for success. It's been a good 15-20 minutes. It's not bubbling nearly as much as I was expecting it to, so I feel like I was just interrupted by the door. I don't even know what I was saying, but yeah, so this set in here for, I don't know, another 10-15 minutes. So that should be good. I'm gonna use these taller, or one of these taller cups for it. Just place it right in there as far as I can, since all of those nodes are opportunity for it to root. And then fill up, whoops, with Fluval Stratum. Does anyone else make a mess just pouring? Is it just me? Now, I do wonder where I should place this, like back in its spot, or should I find a better spot for it right now? I really don't know the answer, but hopefully I can salvage at least some of these beautiful leaves, and hopefully it roots really quickly and it starts growing for me in no time, because I really, really, really love this plant. This brings us to the end of this video. We took care of the rehabs. Now just cross your fingers and wish us luck. Hopefully they all recover very nicely, root very nicely, the pink black velvet starts wanting to live, and you know, we'll all live happily ever after. I am curious though if you've experienced something like that with an alocasia in particular. I'm familiar with like monsteras turning all white, or you know, other genuses, but not alocasia. So if you have experience with that, what did you do and what happened? I would love to know. Or if there's something that you tried and you know works or whatever, yeah, please send me all of the tips and tricks my way, because I really would love to make that one work. Well, thank you again so much for watching and spending your time with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up or interact with it. I will chat with you down in the comments below and talk with you soon. Bye.